Okay, now we're going to, once we find the result of the dy and the delta y, we have these values to plug in to those functions or to those results to get a numerical value. So we have this quadratic to find dy, the differential dy. We take the derivative of x squared minus 4x plus 2, which gives us 2x plus 4. And then we're going to multiply both sides by dx. And then we know what the x and the dx are. So for x, we're going to plug in 4, and for dx, we're going to plug in -3/2, which is what I did right there. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. 8 subtract 4 is 4, and then 4 times -3/2 is -12/2, which simplifies to -6, just like that. Okay, that's it for finding the numerical value of dy. Now let's go ahead and find the numerical value of delta y. Cover all this up. Okay, so delta y is everywhere there's an x. Remember, delta y is y2 minus y1, or another way, f of x plus delta x minus f of x. In the last video, I showed why those two mean the same thing if you're not familiar with that. Okay, so we have x squared, x plus delta x squared, minus 4 times x plus delta x plus 2. And now we subtract the original function. Okay, x plus delta x is squared. Remember Pascal's triangle. So when you simplify that, it'll be x squared plus 2 times x delta x plus delta x squared. The delta x has to be put in parentheses, by the way. And then you're going to do the distributive here. So that would be -4x, or subtract 4x and subtract 4 delta x. And do not do what I do oftentimes, which is forget to bring down that plus 2. And then we're going to subtract. So this is subtract a negative, this becomes an add, and that becomes a subtract. Oh, and I didn't simplify that yet. So I've simplified it now. All of this. We're going to simplify one more time, and then we're going to cancel. So 4 squared is 16. Oh, so when we get to this point right there, we know what our x's and delta x's are. So x is 4. X is 4. Delta x is -3/2. Delta x is -3/2. X is 4. Delta x is -3/2. X is 4. X is 4. And then we simplify. That becomes 16. That becomes -12. 9/4, -16/6 to -16/62. And then we start canceling. -16, +16 cancels. -16, +16 cancels. -12 plus 6 is -6 plus 9/4, and then you can plug that in your calculator if you feel like it. And now we have delta y is equal to -15/4. All right, that's it for that one.